Today, we're going to talk about the first 90 days or 3 months after having had bariatric surgery. Hello, I'm Grant, and I'm trying to live forever. Today, we're going to talk about the first 3 months or 90 days after you've had bariatric surgery, gastric bypass, gastric sleeve, duodenal switch, whatever it's going to be. Are some things that you're going to deal with, and I'm going to give you a couple of tips to make it a little easier on yourself mentally and sometimes physically. So the first thing is that the first 3 months is going to be dramatic. You're going to be emotional. You're going to be scared. You're going to be just off. You're going to feel like you might feel like you messed up. You might feel like you did something wrong. You might feel like, why in the world did I do this? Hang in there. It will get better, okay? It will get better. But these are just some things to help you along. Okay, so the first thing I want to tell you is do not wait for the first 30 days. That first month, don't get on the scale at all. Okay, the reason is that your system just had a trauma. You just had surgery, okay? So your system doesn't know whether or not it just was in a car wreck or you just had surgery, okay? It just knows there's trauma in the body. So it's going to react to it. There's going to be swelling. There's going to be water retention. There's going to be all kinds of things that happen. Pains and aches and pains in different spots that you don't think they should be there for where you had it. But it's going to be there. You're going to be sore in the shoulders from the anesthesia. You're going to be sore in the torso and in the kidneys, and you're just going to be uncomfortable, okay? But with that, if you get on that scale every day, it's going to fluctuate. It's going to fluctuate from your water intake. It's going to fluctuate from the inflammation from the trauma of the surgery. It's going to move around, and it will mess with your head. So please, don't get on the scale for 30 days, okay? No scale, 30 days. The next one is going to be the one subject that everybody asks about, but nobody really talks about, and that's bowel movements. Okay? Sorry, I got a little thing in my sinuses. It's hay fever today. But it's bowel movements. Okay? Nobody talks about it. Here's what's going to happen. It goes with the same first month trauma thing. Okay? The first thing is that it's either going to go two different directions. You're either going to it's going to be really runny or it's going to be really hard. Okay, so and it's not going to happen often. Okay, the first thing people think of whenever they go 4, 5, 6, 7 days after the surgery without having a movement is that there's something wrong, because that's not normal for them. Well, no, your new stomach is not normal for you. It's just a matter of volume, okay? It's a matter of volume. Your body is used to ingesting large amounts of food, digesting and expelling large amounts of material. When you stop that, it stops also, okay? Now, the diarrhea part of it is from the trauma, but your body is stressed out, and it releases enzymes and does all kinds of weird things in the intestines to deal with that. That's it. But you are not going to go near as often as you're used to. You just are not putting in the food, okay? If you don't put it in, it doesn't come out, okay? The majority of your weight loss is going to come through your urine. Fat cells break down. They don't go into the digestive tract. They go into the bloodstream, and they come out and go through the liver, and they go through the kidneys, and they come out through your urine. So you're going to be peeing a lot more just from getting rid of, just from the blood cells, the fat cells breaking down and processing through your body and going out through your urine. This doesn't come out number 2, it comes out number 1. Okay? Now, the next thing is water. Water, and more water. Okay? I can't stress this much. Water for the first 3 months is more important than any kind of food. It is. It's more important than protein. It's more important than anything else. Your water intake is the most important thing you need to do for the first 3 months. Okay, now, it's going to be difficult for the sleeve patients out there to get the water in. Just simply because you guys still have the basic mechanics of a stomach. You have a muscle by the esophagus and you have a muscle by the small intestine, all right, that holds things in place, right? And then the different muscles, the different signals from brain open up the various muscles and lets stuff into the stomach and let stuff out of the stomach into the small intestine, okay? So the benefit of the bypass is that basically your stomach is a small funnel. I mean, you can't ingest a lot, but just from gravity, there is no muscle in the bottom of the stomach for a gastric bypass patient. It's just the pouch and the hole in the bottom. There is no muscle involved there. It's just an open hole. It's just a funnel, okay? It's very small. It's smaller than the size of a dime. But if you think about it, if you get it there in small amounts, it will get into your intestines. It's a lot easier to get water, especially for the first 3 months, having a gastric bypass as opposed to a sleeve. The next one is you got to walk. You got to get up and move. Okay, for your walking, just plain walking. I'm not talking about weights training. I'm not talking about any of that. Plain walking. The older I get and the more I've been through this and the farther down the road I've been, walking is the most important function physically, pump-wise, there is out there. Not bike riding, not jogging, walking. Just simple walking is the best exercise out there. It pumps your blood. It gets nutrients where it needs to go. It helps you with your bowel movements. It helps you with your digestion. It helps you with everything. Okay, and it helps get the anesthesia out of you after the surgery. It helps with pain. It helps with soreness. You know, it helps all the way around. You have to walk. I suggest walking every day, and if you can do it 2 or 3 times a day, I'm talking 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it is, get out and move and walk, okay? And the last thing I want to talk about is the weight loss, okay? All this has just been building up to you getting used to your new body and your new what you're going to have to do for eating habits, what you're going to have to do to get by. These are all steps, if you put them in place, will serve you well in the future, okay? But the first 3 months, the weight loss is going to be dramatic because you just physically can't eat food. You can, and I would suggest never push it. If you don't feel like eating, don't eat. Just drink your water. You know, if stuff makes you sick, if food makes you sick, and you just don't want to stomach it, don't. Drink your water. Okay? All these doctors are pushing all these snacks and food and proteins and this and that and this and that, and you got to have this money, and when you walk out the door you need to do this. Hell with that. Get your water in. If you don't feel like eating, don't eat. You have enough energy on your body that you could not have a single bite of food for them 3 months and you'll survive. But you can't survive 3 days without water, okay? Food is not that important for the first 3 months, okay? But your weight loss is going to be dramatic. You are going to lose inches and pounds, and it's going to come off, and you're going to feel great. But to go along with that, I do suggest after that first 30 days, you only weigh once a week. Because you're still going to do this. It might be smaller amounts and it might be only a pound here, a pound there. But when you go, if you get on that scale every day, it will drive you insane. Best thing me and my wife ever did while we were going through this, just went once a week. Because then it filters out all the ups and downs. And there wasn't ever, for the first 18 months of me and the wife, there wasn't ever a time after 1 week wait that we didn't lose weight. It might have been a pound, or it might have been 10 pounds, or it might have been 3 pounds, but it was always after a week's wait. After waiting for a week, there was always a weight loss. Always. Until I leveled out. And that was 18, 24 months down the line. Okay, so it'll be drag. First month, stay off scale. Bowel movements are going to be weird. And going to be a lot less of them because you're just not eating enough food. Water, and walk. That's it. That's the first 3 months. And by the time you get to the first 3 months, your brain is going to have retaught itself. Your body is going to have started teaching itself. You're going to be getting used to the new you. And then that's when the fun stuff really happens, because then you're not sore anymore. And you're really into it, and you're motivated, and that 3 months to a year, it's like golden age. It's a golden era. It's just wonderful. But that's for another talk. Like, share, and subscribe. Please support this channel. Send me some questions if you have some questions about things you'd like to know. I mean, I got 17 years in on this, about to be 18. And I don't have any plans on stopping this anytime soon. And I appreciate every one of you. So y'all have a great day, because a great day today could mean an even better day tomorrow. Y'all be good.